Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we have the final of the World Cup between the Colombian team and the Filipino team. The Filipinos are fighting on the intent side. As you can see, they get the first defense. That's not a very good signal because they are also fighting in enemy ping. And if Dadari is lucky and they kill many of them, they may cap the point if they get a strong attack. For now, it took like 3 or 4 of them. Did they kick anybody? No, they didn't. The Colombian team for now is just rallying. The Filipinos have one engineer. Oh, they got this flank here. But only one player does not seem as too much of a threat. If he digs in though, this angle is very good. This angle is very good though. If they don't get sandbags, like the first thing you should do as the intent in this map is to get sandbags on that rooftop. But I don't know what they are doing. This guy might be dead. No, he's not. He's being pressured. And his team is like doing nothing at that. And yeah. Alright, intent is targeting artillery at the point of the rally of the central powers of Colombia. It's hitting. It got one. It damaged the other guy. It's getting so close to them, but it didn't do much else. We can see because of the new update. Oh, this guy might be dead. Yeah, he's dead. Because of the new update, now all these symbols are in blue, purple, you know, dark blue. And the central attack does not seem to be very successful. They had the first attack in their ping, and it didn't go well. Too much well. They are getting grenaded, they are getting shot. They are now digging forward to the tree. However, if the artillery gets the tree, this advantage may be gone. It's hitting the enemy artillery, it's hitting the Philippine artillery, it's hitting on Colombia. But it's like going everywhere but where it had to go. And that guy might be it. Oh. The officer is still alive. So the RD is gonna strike. Let's see if it does something, because hitting our roof is like nearly impossible. And yeah, that artillery didn't do anything on the Filipinos. Did Colombia even get momentum? No, they didn't. They still have 2 more minutes to try and capture this point in the first attack. Here is one guy who got into the point, but like it feels like he was flanking, but anyways, he's dead. These guys are making positions now to hold the enemy on the desertion line. They are not pushing their left side. The Filipinos are not pushing their left side. That's somebody from the Filipinos on Colombian flank. Oh, that hit them hard. They are gonna have to rally like if it was the beginning of the game. Practically all of them are off spawns trying to reach the positions, and the Filipinos already secured these positions. Keep in mind, this is Colombian ping. It should be more favorable to Colombia, and it seems like they are already taking defensive positions. They deem it impossible to make it through. They have 1 more minute though of attack. I'm not sure if they are just evading the push or if they are like trying to make it a strategy to throw smoke. I mean, it may slide and not count towards intentionally not pushing, because after all they have to defend their point in the next turn, and it's a very hard point to defend, honestly. So not building defenses will be stupid. So yeah, this does not break any rule really. Ceasing to push when it's only 1 minute left for this point is reasonable. And now it's the Filipinos who got the attack. Let's see the balance. Yo, it's 11v10. It's 11v10 now. And let's see what the Filipinos do. They are 1-up because Colombians seem to have seen one of their players disconnecting or just leaving outright. As long as they don't claim, they have to reclaim Filipinos to get one less player. But honestly, this is a fair ratio. 11 versus 10 looks fair, especially according to the rules of the tournament, which states that you can have 2-player advantage. They agreed to try to keep it the same players, but a temporary advantage may not really give any kind of auto win at all. I don't know what are the Filipinos doing. In this position, what you have to do is to just throw a smoke, send artillery to the enemy, and push. And these guys are doing none of these. I don't really know what they're aiming for. Is Colombia even trying to dig a backline? Yeah, they are. They are building. They are digging a tunnel. This is something that some teams do in Entrenched to try to defend this point. Since there is a road, you know, this trail that blockades any kind of digging. Some teams dedicate some time to dig a tunnel so they can enter the point safely. If they cannot use trenches, they shall use tunnels. And they are keeping the enemy so far away. Oh look, this is what they had to do. This is what they had to do, but they are... I'm not sure if they are spotted, because they are like taking them anyway. They still have a lot of people in this attack. They have like 5 people, 4 versus 3. Oh, they got 2 of them. Colombians... people on their left flank though. In Ton's right flank. Alright, so they have secured the position. From there they have to dig. Oh, and they are gonna throw grenades. Surely they will throw grenades to positions that are not fortified. And now what they have to do is to dig. They have to dig into the point. This is like the manual everybody knows of this map. When you reach these positions, you have to dig. That's artillery, Colombian artillery raining down over the Filipinos. It got 1%, it damaged some others. But that was a very weak one for what we are used to from the Colombian team. Their artillery is usually very, very effective. And the Filipinos are into the point. The Filipinos are disputing the point now against the Colombians who have... The Colombians have a tunnel. And this is the enemy artillery hitting onto them. They have spots. They have spots, and I don't know how the artillery is not hitting on the Colombians though. Like, Filipinos are capping the point right now in Colombian ping. They are halting it. They are bringing it into a halt. But Filipinos are still able of rallying inside this point. Let's see what Colombia can do about this. Because they only have these positions in the middle, but like if you get a good strike over these positions, it's like a very concentrated area. Alright, this is Colombian artillery hitting. Oh, and it hits. It hit. It hit. Oh my god. It took out like the half of the Filipino team who was entrenched into the point. But they are still into the point. They still have a chance. Let's see what's the balance of players. It's still 11 versus 10. And yeah, the Filipinos are still trying to cap this point. They are not giving up on this turn. This is the Filipino trench. As you can see, there are no grenade traps. If the intent was, if Central was to throw grenades, if they had range, they will be very effective because they don't have any kind of grenade trap. And this is the artillery of both sides raining on each other. Oh, he was unlucky. He just went out of the trench, but the grenade didn't make it. Oh, they just lost it. They just lost the phase? They didn't get momentum out of that? Alright, no momentum. They are complaining. Very sad. No momentum. This sucks. That was very, very strange because they got into the point, they disputed it. Alright, it's back to 11v11. I'm banning this guy. I'm not letting him play. I'm gonna keep a very close eye on that shit because some people may try to sabotage this. I'm not gonna let that happen. Alright, Central is getting close. Oh, the tree is gone. The tree is gone. They are now exposed. Their heads are now fully exposed if they want to go through this middle trench here. And this point is very hard to cap as Central. We all know it. But if Central gets a right strike on these forward defenses, because they are like not the entire Inton team is on the roof. So if they clean these guys with artillery, they may have a chance. The key of this point is to throw smoke and make sure you have the flanks. It's still very hard. So easy said, harder done. It seems like the Filipinos got a very, very nice botline. Yo, what's this? What's this shit? I'm not sure if this could count as a canyon, honestly, because just by digging a bit, you can take control of it, but this is like very, very close to what we know as a canyon. It's still very, very tight. Like very, very tight, honestly. If you just dig forward, because you have the distance to dig from here. If you dig forward here, you can just jump over to the other side and use it for your favor. And use the grenade trap, like use the canyon for your own grenade trap. But it's like very, very close to what we know as a canyon. It will bring problems if it affects the gameplay of Central Powers, but for now it doesn't seem like it's doing so, because they are not even getting to the point. In time, I mean, Central Powers, Colombia has this flank over here. Let's see if they can employ this advantage, if they can exploit this advantage. I'm not sure what is the Filipinos doing. Like, they have no one on the roof. They have no one on the roof. Why doesn't Central realize about this? Filipinos have nobody in the roof. What is this? What is this? Why don't they have anybody on the roof? They have no one on the roof. Now they have one. Alright, Central is flooding the point, but a lot of them are dying. They may be getting to the roof. They may be getting to the roof, but they are having issues climbing this up. Why can't this dude get on top of the roof? Yo, literally, if they just got into that roof, the game will be over for the Philippines. If they just climbed over this roof, it's not really like the Filipinos have sabotaged this position. Like, really, you can jump over. You can jump into this thing here, and from here you can jump into the next one. Like, it's not even that hard. It's not even that hard. And I'm not sure what's going on with the rally, because there are two more. What the hell? The White Legion on top. I'm banning this guy. I'm gonna have to ask, what just happened? What the hell is this? Alright, so Central just capped, but it's like there was a little amount of intervention of an ult. This is sad because I don't know how the game gets leaked all the fucking time. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna do an intervention. I tried to get in time, but it seems like I couldn't do it in time. I'm not sure. Yo, I don't know who in the White Legion. Like, the White Legion is European. I don't even know why these guys are like... You know... Yeah, we gotta deal with this. I guess what we are gonna do is like give it 25 minutes. Like, instead of... We are like gonna start again, but at 15 minutes, it's gonna count as if it was 0. When it's 15 minutes, because we're gonna start and it's gonna be 40. When it's 15... Alright. Rerun with 25 minutes. That's what we are going to do, okay? We are gonna do a rerun with 25 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. Kemela has already changed the link. The White Legion is trying to do their thing. I don't know what they want out of this. They try to gain reputation of what? Of being expert sabotagers of games that do not concern them, alright? I really don't mind because we can rerun this on 25 minutes. Like, we have a management. Alright, that is the intervention. See, they got the attack, by the way. Everything is set on. Everything is set on, right? Everything is set on. You see everything is set on. The link has changed. So whoever leaked the link, I'm not sure who may have leaked this link, but surely this is very sad to see. I'm not even gonna mention them though. I'm not even gonna mention the White Legion later. We should have taken these security measures before, by the way. Earlier. When it was still about to begin, I should have told them to change the link. And now these guys have taken new measures, which is to build the stuff here. Central isn't to the point. Central isn't to the point. Colombia isn't to the point. Oh, but they are not being very lucky this time. Oh, this guy got the roof. This guy got the roof. And this is right. This is clean. This one is clean, but he might get killed from the flank. He might get killed from the flank. He's not realizing. He's not realizing he has people in the flank. Oh, dude, when Central takes this roof, but they get clean from the side, it's like so frustrating because you are about to win. Because taking this roof practically means winning. But then you get shot from the side and your momentum is lost. Central is rallying very well inside the point though. Oh, that was a group grenade from Filipinas. And Filipinas took the roof back officially, fully. It's fully Filipino now. We're really sorry for this sad episode of the faction we all love, the White Legion. They really love engaging in good terms with the rest of the community. This is a proof, one more proof. This is very unlucky for Colombians because I honestly believe that they had a very fair chance of capturing and that they should have captured that point. But due to the intervention of the ult that clearly canyoned the trench that the Filipinos had, it was like the Filipinos having all the trenches but like they were not flooding them. That was very, very weird from my point of view. And then I just realized they were just, you know, stacking in canyons. We literally saw it. They were stacked in the canyons trying to fix them because they were not able to enter the point because they were falling down. Also, the reset is kinda good for both teams, by the way, because now Central, well, Central had the chance of pushing again with everything clean once again. And the intent, well, they basically don't see how they cap their point with sabotage. I think this is the most fair outcome to repeat, but with a first Central attack secured and guaranteed. How the hell this guy can say I'll kill you? What the hell, bro? What's up with Roblox censor? Oh, Colombia got momentum. Colombia got momentum, and they are into the point. Colombia got momentum, and they are into the point, into the intent point. They got that left side from central point of view. They are still struggling to make it through any other type of position, but they are being able to rally inside the point. They have 5 already. And they are pushing down. I don't know why these guys are like exposing themselves so much. Why are they pushing? Like, alright, you are fighting on your ping, they are fighting in other continent. But after all, if you just push down something, they can still shoot you. You know, like there is nothing about it. There is nothing you can do about it. In close quarter combat, you may have a chance, but if you have to run down a whole way, that's not really good. That's not really good. It's gonna be sad for Colombia if they now lose their point, because they, pretty sure the trench that the Filipinos had in their backline was not really gonna be all. Like, if Colombians got this roof, honestly, I think it will be over. It will have been over for Filipinos either way. To be honest, I'm just analyzing it, and you really have very, very low chances of recap if you lose your position there. They are complaining, like they are questioning if they are Asians and if their ping is good or bad. Honestly, they were literally just pushing from this house to the other, or on the open. You know, like I'm not even gonna consider those questions. They are clearly fighting in a ping that is not theirs. I'm on 200. This is the ping I get on America. 190. Yeah, this is the ping I get when a guy of these hosts. So like it's an American server. This is what I mean. Let's look at the clock. It's still 20 minutes. Rough 20 minutes, you know, it's like 17 minutes left because of the rerun after the sabotage. Let's see what the Filipinos do with this attack. They are setting artillery on the enemy. Their officer is still alive, which means that artillery will soon rain upon them. And they have spots, dude. They have everything. What do you have to do? Alright, there they got a kill. They got 2 more. That was a very nice artillery from Filipinos, and Philippines are gonna charge now. Unless they were spotted, which I don't really see. I mean, I cannot really see that. But there is no flare. While these guys are still sending flares, I don't see the Colombians doing so. They are sending the smokes, and the Filipinos are digging forward. And the Filipinos might be pushing now. Are they pushing? Yeah, but like they are pushing, but like 2 by 2 or 1 by 1. What is this? What are they doing? It's like 2 of them just tried to die. They were just sent to die, while 3 other guys were just waiting. I don't understand, what did they just do there? And of course, Colombia has built once again their defenses. And Philippines, just like in their first attack phase on the first half of this round, they are once again in those positions and they control them. And these Colombians, who are trying to push them desperately, are seemingly going to die. This guy is still resisting though. He's still resisting the enemy attack. Intant is now digging into the point. Just like before, they will try to enter the point. Digging from this position in the middle, all this grenade. It hurt a lot of them. If they get shot, they may die just with one shot. They have set artillery. Oh, that artillery got many Colombians. This artillery got many of them. It's hitting them. It's punishing them real hard. They got one less. I don't know where's the Filipino team. Right, Filipinos are into the point and they are disputing the point. They still have people like this guy outside of it. This is literally useless. This guy's not doing anything. He's not getting shots. I mean, he may be killing that guy. Yeah, they got them down. Oh, Filipinos may be capping this, low-key. Philippines may be capping this. Unless Colombia gets a very lucky artillery on the Philippines, this will be oh, bro, they just lost the attack. They just lost the attack when they needed it. They needed momentum. Did they not get momentum again? No, they didn't get momentum. Just like in the other phase, this time they were about to cap, but they didn't get the momentum they needed. Let's go into the other team. It's 11v10. And it's 13 minutes left on the clock. 13 minutes left. Right, Colombia is on the attack now. If they don't cap this point and they stalemate, or even if they lose, they are gonna rage very hard. And it's gonna be complicated to now talk about the White Legion intervention if this round does not result in a Colombian win. Because if this resulted in a stalemate, it will have to be mentioned that there were issues about the sabotage, and Colombia claims that they won the first round, blah blah blah, you know. I'm gonna be AFK for some seconds. Alright, I'm back. Alright, Colombia sent one of their riflemen to this flank, and he won this combat in close quarter, and now he has a chance to strike over the roof from this flank, from this angle. And yeah, he's getting some of them, he's hitting them. And now they are busy trying to target him instead of the guys who are pushing down them. They are literally pushing down on them. But they are still looking at him. Colombia has still 3 more players outside of the point. They still have 3 more outside of the point. Plus that guy who was flanking. That guy must cook, or his team will be cooked. Like, all this push is very promising, but if they can manage to get the advantage out of it... Oh, this guy just died. This was so sad. Filipinos are holding just fine. This time, they have learned mistakes. They have built a lot of ladders on top to get on the top of the roof. And these sandbags are not really that good. If you look at this, if Colombians were to outflank this roof from an angle, I would honestly do it from here. Because this one is hella more exposed than the other one. You see this is like the same height. And you see that they are exposed more. Because you see the height of this. They are really equal now that I look into them. Colombia is trying to carry this points capture with an assault, with a frontal push, but I'm not sure how is that supposed to work, honestly. And Colombians were definitely pushed out of the point. Now it's gonna be Entrenched, the one who will be trying to get the advantage on this game. Everything is set correctly, the certain is true, respawn is true, everything is right. So this is 25, this is 7 more minutes. So it's definitely gonna be 2 more turns. It's gonna be this turn of attack for Entrenched. And if they don't get it, the last turn will be the Colombian turn. When the Colombian next turn ends, that will be it. That will be the end of this game. Because of the first minutes being played, but somehow cancelled due to the White Legion's intervention. We will see 2 more turns. This turn, and if they don't cap, well, even if they cap, it's still 1 more turn because of the attack opportunity that Central will get to try to recap their point. But anyways, it will be 2 more turns. When the next turn, and it will be Central's turn of attack, either for recapping or for going for E3. That's gonna be the end of the game. 100%. It's on 22, it was on 22 when it started. And it's gonna be before 15 when Central gets their attack. So definitely there will be 2 more turns. Practically all the time that the White Legion tried to waste on this is gonna be played, either way. And this gameplay is better, honestly, because when all this middle zone turns into a wasteland, like a killing ground, all full of trenches and holes, you know? The White Legion's intervention just repaired all the areas that were heavily damaged by artillery, so it's more like a better gameplay for the players. Because it gets really annoying when it's like a hell lot of trenches and holes that don't even have sense because of what the artillery has done. Colombia complains, but I believe that now their position is better. What they have now here is definitely better than what they had before. So they may complain about not capping that point, but honestly, this reset is clearly beneficial for their defense in C3 too. And I don't know what they are doing, like they are throwing themselves to death. Filipinos should be heading into the point like quicker. I don't know what they are doing. All their team is literally off spawns. Look at that. They have 1 guy. Alright, so they can claim that they are 11, that Filipinos are 11, and that Colombia is 10. But honestly, this guy is not doing that much. I mean, he's just being annoying. They have one more player, but it's honestly about being annoying. He does not even care what he's doing. Okay, now he just reset. Just reset now. And this artillery is raining down on the Filipinos. Alright, that is Philippine artillery, and he just hit two of them. Two players, two Colombians. And it's still hitting. And these two guys are very lucky because this guy is spotted, but like no artillery is going on him. Let's see the player balance. It's still on 11v10. But Colombia is still holding firm. C3 is still being held firmly by the Colombian team. And I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe Central is gonna get the attack right now. No, they got momentum. You see, it's gonna be on 30 more seconds. In 30 more seconds, it's gonna be 17:30, and in 2 more minutes, it's gonna be 15:30, which means it's gonna be 30 seconds, just as if it was 00:30 to the end of the game. That's gonna be it. So that basically explains why Central is getting the last attack, because they still have it. The issue is gonna be brought up if they get a foothold into E3 and cap because of that foothold, because you know at the end of a game you don't have foothold. They may get momentum, sure, but they will not get foothold. We must make it fair and abide by entrenched rules. Many teams along this competition have fucked up because of the foothold not being given to them because they were about to cap. So these guys will not be helped and be given the foothold, because honestly it's not how entrenched works. You don't get foothold if it's the end of the game, and we will keep that even if technically you can still do it. We will not favor Colombia that way. That will be too much. Of course they require to get the foothold, and then they may complain. But I'm just stating this already for everyone to be witness of this. The game is ending earlier because we had to rerun because of a sabotage, and we will abide just as if the timer was literally just the same. Yeah, it's 30 seconds, you see? It's 30 seconds. Now it's gonna be last attack for Colombia. Last attack for Colombia. Final turn of the game. No foothold. Is it technically the end? Just as it was. Shit, tourney. Loki, it will be sad if Colombia doesn't cap, because if they don't cap, they're gonna rain their rage on me. But honestly, what's my fault if I intervene because of sabotage? Like, Filipinos were not entering the point, and it wasn't because Colombians were getting their heads, you know? It was because they were simply not able to enter because they entered their trench and they were... See, they had something like this, but an entire canyon. This was done by artillery, I guess, but... Alright, Colombia is getting to the point somehow. And I don't know what are the Filipinos doing, because they have not taken positions. Alright, now they are entrenched. They have now fully entrenched. I'm gonna be muted. Colombia enter the point again. Once again on this side. I don't get what they are trying to do really, because it's like a distraction. And they try to cook because, you know, they have the quarter combat advantage when they fight there. That took 2 of them. And the artillery is getting more of them. And Filipinos are still behind them. Like, some of them push forward, but even with that, they end up dying because of soldiers that they have left behind. And Filipinos are playing very, very aggressive. They are going forward, even though they don't have the upper hand in a close quarter, in technically speaking, because these guys are cooking hell a lot. What the hell? It's gonna be reasonable that Colombia argues that if these guys are truly Asian or not, but most of these roster from Filipinos have been fighting with them the entire tournament. So I don't find these allegations really legitimate from Colombia. We still have 1 more minute. Lefty, why don't you ask them for the ping? What's the question there, really? It's a 10v10 after all. It's not a 12v12. I mean, it's not a 20v20, you know. In a 20v20, these guys get really bad connection because it lowers everyone. The more players that are in a session, the more ping everyone has. But this is not really about these guys lying on being Philippine. It's like stupid. It's literally stupid to question at this point if these guys are Filipinos or not. Is this Central entering the point? But they still have not cleaned that side. Franco might be cooking. Franco might be cooking from here. Is he cooking? Is he gonna cook? Is he gonna cook? The real question. Is he gonna cook for his team? Filipinos are trying to flood the point now because they see the Colombian attacking coming. What's the player's difference? It's really close. Colombians now threw 2 men at this side. And how is this guy like not realizing like there's somebody behind him? How is he not realizing? How is nobody telling them? And this is a rightful kill. Like, they cannot complain about ping with shit like this, you know? They cannot complain about ping with shit like this, you know? Because it's gonna get me mad if these guys rage at me and baby cry at me, like, ask them for the ping they had. Like, dude, do you really call that an issue about ping? Like, pushing down this and getting shot from the roof, is that really a rightful claim about them having better ping? You literally, if you hit a shot from that rooftop on somebody who is here, you just kill them. Alright, that's GG. Second round. This is over. 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 Alright, time to move into the second round. Colombia, of course, does not like this result because, like, they capped, but they capped when literally the entire Philippine team was stuck in a fucking canyon, you know? Like, that's not a fair cap. I cannot give a tournament out of a sabotage. I can't give a tournament out of a sabotage, you know? I'm gonna have a serious talk with the Colombians because, like, they are raining their fury on me. We're going on the other server now, on Filipino server. All right, we got the link. We got the link. There was a very fierce fight on the DMs on the group chat. They are questioning my legitimacy and if I favor the Philippine Vietnamese. All right, I'm gonna get into stream right now. I'm joining the server. If the shit works, you know, because sometimes Opera GX doesn't fucking open a Roblox server and I have to go on Chrome, paste the link on Google Chrome, and it will join. I think it's a function like if you spam a link, it will not let you in because it's like some feature. So like if you spam a lot, it will just not get you into it like 1,000 times, only once. It's like a cooldown. That's the only explanation I have for that. Oh, they got Cuadro on their team? What? No, Cuadro is on Colombia. Alright, and the second round is gonna start now. I'm sorry for all the delay. The other match was very balanced. And we'll see how stuff goes this time. Team balancer off because I need to switch teams. Well, I'm gonna turn it on because if it's 10v10, I'm gonna know. And this is it, we are starting on a 10v10. The second round is gonna be fought. Now Colombia is on Intent. They are fighting on Asia Ping against Central Powers. Let's see who gets the first attack. I'm gonna join the team that attacks, so I can look from the defender point of view, but see where the attacker is going to. Also, if there is anybody from a team in this voice chat, you better do not leak any type of information. Alright, that's an intent. Attacking first. Colombia has the first attack. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes for Colombia. They are fighting on Asia Ping now. Let's see how stuff goes. Central is setting artillery. I don't know why Intent is not setting artillery. They should have done that already. And the artillery has wiped out some of them, many of them, like 4 of them. 4 Colombians are already down now. 5, 6. Holy. That was a very good artillery strike from Central. I don't know why Colombia didn't target artillery on them. Honestly, this was like the beginning of the game. They should have done that. Where is their officer? Where is Intent's officer? Are they trying to win without an officer? What? Where is their officer? Yo, what is Colombia doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Colombia pushing without an officer? What? Turn on point. Alright, it's on. I cannot really intervene here, but I will just yell at Colombia for not having an officer. When are they gonna realize that they are fighting in a foreign ping and they must get an officer? Filipinos have done this very, very well in their first round. They took a lot of advantage out of it, as you already know. But Colombia not pushing with any single officer is just stupid at this point. Where is their artilleryman? Do they even have 10? Oh, bro, that's an old, and it's banned. It was on central side. Let's see if it has done something. I'm gonna fix it if this guy has done anything. Let me see if this guy has done anything. I guess he didn't. I guess he didn't even have time. I'm good. This Colombian push is really weak. Did they even get momentum? No, they didn't. Look at this casualty rate. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Dude. Oh my lord. Alright, they were discussing about the ping. Let's see who fights better now in Asia. So if they accuse them of not being Asians, let's see who fights better in Asia. Let's see if we see a difference where Filipinos now win more close quarter combat. Let's see. They were doing very well, but it's just because they have very skilled players. Like, these guys believe that the Philippines is just a bunch of kids, but Philippines is really the what was Illyria in the past. And this team was on their prime, they were the #1 faction of their time. So calling these guys kids who don't know to play the game is really wild. Maybe they don't have all the tactics that we have today in every other faction, such as DK or Austria-Hungary. Maybe those guys also make a strategy. They may be a little bit stuck, but still they have the skill to play the game. And they have proven so by being in this final. They really beat everybody on their way. Oh, that's a very... Bro, it wasn't going to kill any one of them, but it still got one Filipino out. Philippines are doing practically the same, and Colombians have flooded. They have flooded this. Oh god, they have flooded it with a lot of sandbags, dude. Oh my god, they are so unlucky. It just hit the roof. An artillery strike just hit the roof. It hit directly the body of one guy who was on top of the roof, I think. Like, I believe that's the only way an artillery could hit a roof. I mean, it can get a very, very tight angle and end up landing just here, about to get to the floor, but hitting, you know, that shit. It's like very complicated. Well, they are just holding. Colombia is just holding. Oh, but Filipinos are targeting the flanks now. And Colombians are really weak on their flanks. They only have, well, they have one recon here. Let's see what Filipinos try to do. Colombians are now gonna realize that shooting guys from a roof is not that hard, even if you are on 300. Dude, why is that artillery? Why is Philippine artillery always getting kills on that roof? Oh my god, these guys are so unlucky. Filipinos do not seem to be taking a lot of advantage out of this. Let's see what the hell are Filipinos doing. Are they trying to dig a tunnel? What? They are, bro. This tunnel is so weak. Literally, just a couple of arty strikes here can get it destroyed. I will dig this deeper. Like if I was told you have to dig a tunnel, I will go like real deep. And it's not gonna be too ethical capturing a point in a final through tunnels, but who knows? It could happen. Why not? Why is this so laggy? So like if I look up, it looks like this. If I look down, it looks like this. This. What the hell? Filipinos seem to be struggling at the same point as Colombians were doing in their attacks. They have the flanks. But they cannot do too much from them. Also, Colombians have like flooded the roof with sandbags. Honestly, breaking the sandbags, like telling your team to target these sandbags, is nearly impossible. You need to capture this roof if you want to win. And yeah. I think they may be like complaining at this point. Like, how is their artillery hitting our roof every single time they target artillery on us? I will also be hella pissed off at that. Does Intent have this attack? Oh, see, this is what I knew they will do. Of course, they are just gonna kill this area which the Filipinos just built. Of course, they are gonna do that. This is, for example, not very fair played. This is an example of what goes against fair play, which is to shit on the positions your enemy has tried to build, which literally spent an entire phase for. Like, they were not even trying that hard. They were just sending some guys here to dig this shit. And then when you have your turn, you just shit on it all. That's an example of what playing against fair play is. The ethics of an engineer are something about engineering after all, like modificating positions inside a point or whatever, should be those of improving your positions, not destroying potential enemy ones. And this artillery has just taken off every single sandbag. What the hell is this? They only have 30 seconds now. They only have 30 seconds. So even if they cook over this, they will not cap it. They have only 30 seconds in a 10v10. That's nearly impossible to cap. Like, I will get into building defenses already. This is gonna be hella useless to push. It's not worth it. I will call off the attack and go immediately back. Alright, now it's the Colombian turn of attack. It's still in a 10v10. There were no more ults joining. Let's go on Intent to see how this push goes for Colombia. The casualties are kind of balanced. It's still worse for Colombian team because they have the worst ping. They are suffering more in these close quarters. They finally got an officer. This guy does not play officer regularly, as I know, as per my knowledge. Wow, what's this? Lag spike. Holy. And the entire Colombian team just died. They are all there. They are all there. The Filipinos are all here. That's a rain of grenades. That's a rain of grenades. They know it. Oh, but this artillery just... Bro. That was very, very super good. This grenade strike, but they were just countered totally by the Filipino strike of artillery. And this one was also very unlucky, this attack of artillery by Entrenched. They're just gonna die out of grenades if they stay there. I'm not sure if it's much of a good option, bro. He just showed his head and he immediately died. What the hell? You died. That's the definition of you died. He just showed himself for like a bit of a second and just got headshot. Got a headshot on him. This is central artillery and it's frustrating every single intent attempt. I don't know why are they being so lucky. I don't know if they have spots on intent all the single time. Every single second of this game they have spots on them. I have no idea what's going on, but their artillery is like 1,000 times more effective than Colombian. And every time that Colombia seems to be about to make a good push because they have rally and all that, they just get mowed down by some shells. It's sad to see a stalemate like this in a final. They scheduled Lecato. It's a very classic map. Both teams should know how to play this. In the times of Illyria, this map was like very played. I remember they scheduled a lot in this map. Hella more times than what it is scheduled today, nowadays. Nah, Intant is already raging. Like, they are bringing in flamers too, because they are getting very annoyed. The front line is not even moving from here, dude. This is so sad. Low-key. How much time left? So few. The casualty difference is so huge. Franco is rightfully asking, what about our arty? And that's a legitimate question, honestly. That's a very legitimate question, because I don't understand how is Philippine artillery so effective compared to theirs. Colombians need to farm casualties on this turn of defense. Oh look, this is what Lecat usually looks like when it comes to a stalemate. All an area surrounded by foxholes and destroyed trenches. And it's all only one side of the road. It usually only affects by a very little bit the other areas, such as this. For example, in Lecat, you usually only have positions built here in this little hill. Like you can see, there's like a little hill over there. And Central has just secured this left side for them. They also have a trench inside the point. They are targeting artillery at the roof. It is not much effective. And they are into the point now. What is this? What is this? What is this? They just got on the roof. Philippines just got on the roof. Philippines just got on the roof, but Colombia clutch it. Colombia clutch it. Colombia clutch it, guys. For a second, everyone believed Filipinos were gonna take this point. But Colombia fights back. Colombia holds firm into E3. They are not giving it up. They don't want to give it up. Let's see if there is any ult. Nope. That's good. The Colombians effectively push Central out of their point. Central has a very strong rally, but this time artillery strikes hard on the enemy and they finally get some kills when pushing somebody, and these guys are dead. This guy is almost dead. How is he not realizing that he's here? He's just... Give me cover. What's he doing? He's still gonna kill. What is this? What's he doing? What's he doing? He's still alive. How the fuck is this guy still alive, bro? How the fuck is this guy still alive? This is a fucking joke, bro. This is gonna be a fucking joke. Are you being serious, bro? This guy's gonna carry the fucking game for their team. He was literally about to die. Like, he didn't die just because the other team... You just saw that. Oh my god, you just saw that. You just saw that. And he just built such a good position for his team here. Oh, that grenade was close enough to kill somebody on the roof. Oh my god, I can't believe what my eyes have just seen. Oh my god, that was hilarious. That is stupid engineered, bro. That shit looks like a situation you usually have in a public game, not in a final of a World Cup, bro. Oh my god. Holy shit. How many people are watching it? 16 people. Oh my god, bro. Der, ¿por qué no estás jugando para ellos? Para Colombia. Tu equipo te necesita, Solo digo. Alright, even after all these jokes, it seems like Central is not taking that much of an advantage out of this. Like, what the hell is this guy doing? Oh, he's outflanking somebody. Oh, he died. Alright. Central has a very strong position here. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? So they are just being shot from their flank. They are just being shot from their flank. And Filipinos are raiding the house. They are not successful, and Colombia defends. Colombia holds firm. How much time left? 1 more minute. 1 more minute. And Central attack is gonna be over. This is one of the best attack turns I have ever seen, bro. Funny moment, and then all the competitive fighting overall, all the flanks, these flanking maneuvers, this rooftop build up here, and Central is still trying. Filipinos are still trying. Oh, some of them are just this back already. I mean, how much time left? All right, it's 20 seconds. Yeah. Whoever spawns already, they are not pushing anymore. It doesn't make sense. They will not cap. Is he real? Did he notice somebody is flanking him? Did he notice? Did he notice? No, he didn't. And now Colombia has the attack. Colombia has the attack. He claims, I got so many kills from that position, from right there. Let's... Intent. Let's see what Intent does. They evened it out a little bit. No, they didn't. What the hell is this casualty difference, bro? It's like 70 difference. It's literally the same as when they started the turn. They were on a 170. Oh, wait, no. I mean, 170 and maybe 100 or something more. I don't know. All I know is that they were in a 70 difference casualty, and they are still in a 70 difference casualty. And that is not looking really good for Colombia, because I'm not sure what were the casualties of the other game, but we are gonna have to look very close into it. If no team caps, we're gonna have to do this by casualties, and that's gonna be terrible, because I don't want the World Cup really to be determined by a stalemate and casualties. That's gonna be hella fucking sad. It's the map they scheduled after all. They scheduled really stalemated terms, because this map is very biased for Intent. It's a stalemate prone, a little bit. And the team who is central has the good ping, but the team with the worst ping is playing the bias side. I don't really know how to comment on this. Let's go once again with the attack phase of Intent. Getting on this choke point, dying every single time, and if they make a successful one, they will just die to artillery. It's history, and it repeats over and over again. Some grenades, some artillery. And it's sad to see how a battlefront looks like this. It's very sad. But that is it. And that grenade, they did not see the grenade. They are still alive. Oh, the artillery. What the hell? Another strike. Another strike. What did they mean? They made a canyon on them. Where's the canyon? Where is the canyon? He says there is a canyon. A Colombian player has just claimed there is a canyon. I'm looking. Oh, but yo, Intent is pushing. Intent got this position in the middle. I mean, Filipinos are still all into this and putting pressure, and they get artillery, and it's only one of them. Shit. They say that tunnels are against the rules, but I think that what they scheduled was exactly the rules of the tournament, and the rules of the tournament include no canyons, but there was never a rule against tunnels. And these guys were making a tunnel, and it was Colombia, because I just saw that, you all saw that before, who just dug this out. Like, this was a tunnel. This was a cave, kind of a cave. And that was a tunnel. But they just made it a canyon because they just dug it up. And that now they complain they made a canyon on our point. This was literally made by Colombia. They can complain about the tunnel, but honestly, there are no rules in the tournament that goes against tunnels. It's really over the sites that schedule a battle to set the very exact rules. And if they mention World Cup rules, well, I can mention that a World Cup rule is not really defined because all that is up to the schedule, to those who schedule. I may apply the ones that I usually apply on my games, on the games that I have played as a Western European, and that included no canyons, for example, and no barbed wire spam. But else than that, there isn't much I can do. This can be so good and at the same so as. How do I explain this? If Intant gets a good position, an advantageous position over the central powers, they will clean the entire trench just from here. And Intant is rallying to the point, and they got artillery on them, and they have a chance. Now they have a chance. Now they really have a chance because they don't have any kind of grenade trap all along that shit. And it has to be an officer who walks into there. Oh my god. Bro, they literally had the perfect chance, but it was an officer who just ran up to this and they just got out of the point. They were just ousted out of the point miserably. Like, Loki, just some grenades here, just clean all this shit. And now it's central attack. I'm gonna read the conditions of the battle, hold on. Rules. Rules coincide with the World Cup as it follows. What the fuck does this mean? The only rule that I usually apply is that of no canyons or wire spam. Like, you guys are seeing all of this. This is literally everything is clean for me. Like, they protested about a canyon, but that's not even a canyon. That was a tunnel. And there are no rules against tunnels. It was Colombia who dug it out. Thus, it's made a tunnel, a canyon. It has been transformed into a canyon from that point. And it does not really affect them. Like, a canyon is usually referred to, you know, a canyon that obstructs something. For example, a defender team who is trying to get into their point, or a canyon is an obstruction. This is an excavation. This is an excavation. What the hell? I gotta look into my rules. Hold on. So, like, for these events, I don't mention no excavations. That's right. I do not mention no excavations. So I could not offer an auto win for this, but I gotta say that this is ethically a very unfair played game by Colombia. To be fair and to be honest, this is very unfair played. Every single thing that Entente has been able, that Central has been able to do in their attack phase has just been brutally fucked up by Entente the next turn. And that is sad. That is very sad to see. How a team is playing this dirt in a final, bro. They're gonna cry at me later because of the 4-2 that they got when half of the Filipino team was stuck in a fucking canyon. They're gonna complain about it. They will complain about it and they will claim a victory. But let's be honest. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. What the fuck are they supposed to do? They can't go the middle anymore. So they are just pushing some flanks here. And Colombia is still cooking when it comes to close quarter. Colombians are still cooking when it comes to close quarter. What are they even complaining about? My real question is, how is Filipinos supposed to have a possibility of winning this? Like, all the way to the point has just been dug right in front of a rooftop that is already hella strong. I will not consider this a fair victory if Colombia takes the win, after all. Because they have not played ethically good. Ethically. Like, they have already questioned if the guys they are facing are Filipinos or if they are not. They have already questioned everything. Very sad to see. Why the hell can't they say what the fuck? They can say what the fuck and they can say I'll kill you, but I cannot say fort. 14, I cannot say 14. But they can say what the fuck in Roblox chat. Okay, Roblox, this is something personal already. I cannot say I'm 14, but these guys can say kill yourself. You know, bro? This is something personal already between Roblox and I, bro. Right, Filipinos are into the point bravely because you already see what conditions they have to try to enter the point. And they have some more players into the point. They are flooding it on the left. Like they have already stopped to care. They have ceased to care about the right. They are just focusing the left at this point because it's horrible what awaits for them if they try to go the middle right side. Their middle right side, of course, and they are already being outflanked and massacred in this position, which was also dug out. This position was also dug out by the intent. I'm not sure if you remember it, but you can already see that this is not natural. This is not what you did. So every single position that Central built an attack, Intent has dedicated to fuck up. And they are excavating even more. What is this game, bro? The winner is gonna be determined by casualties, after all. Because if these guys don't cap the point, if Colombia does not cap the point, they will have to go for casualties. And they are already into the point. They may be already into the point. Colombia is flooding the point. Is Colombia gonna flood the point? Is Colombia gonna flood the point? They are getting sent a lot of grenades, a fuck ton of grenades. Oh, but they are also fighting back with some other grenades. Filipinos are trying to hold them back on these positions, on this flank. If they decide to push, they may die, or they may not. This guy cooked. And he died in the end. Colombia really had a chance. Colombia really had a good chance there. How many more attacks left? This is the last turn. This is the last turn of this World Cup. I mean, not really, because there's still the third position, you know, but this one turn may Define who is the winner of the World Cup, if Colombia or the Philippine Vietnamese team, aka former Illyrians. They were just in strong numbers, and a Philippine team was created because there was like 10 Philippines that's already held more than many other countries, you know. It's not like Illyrians were allowed to make a friends group and make a team for this World Cup, you know. It's just like they had the numbers being Philippines, so they were able to create a national team for Philippines, and they were given some Vietnamese to ensure that there were enough players because other teams in Asia had more than them. And the Filipinos have pushed the Colombians out, and Colombia is running out of time, and the clock is ticking against them because it's a 50 casualty difference, and I'm not sure what was the casualty difference before. I have no idea what was the casualty difference from before. And there will be another difficulty, which is gonna be, where do we start counting the casualties? At the start of their attack, before the sabotage, or at the end of hostilities when global time and damage was taken off? When do we start counting casualties? Because the entire turn was given back to Central. They were given the full attack instead of just a couple of minutes, you know? So when do we really start counting the kills of the first round? That's a real question. Oh man, I don't wanna repeat this, bro. Hopefully the casualty difference makes it clear enough, so even with a what if we start counting from here instead of from here, all results make it clear that one side won on casualties, bro. Like, I have no idea who is winning by casualties because I don't know the casualties of the first round. Like, I have to check them. I obviously have them recorded, but it's gonna be a true mess if we see something sad as that. And he died to a grenade. They just chose a stalemate prone map and they are stalemating. Wow. Bro, wow. Clock is ticking against Colombia, and they are not making further advance. They are just being farmed. Absolutely farmed in casualties. Holy shit, this is a 75 difference of casualties. Filipinos may be taking over the victory in casualties. And of course in fair play, because you see all this excavation. Like, it's not like they were playing like very badly, very unfair, and they took the win out of not pushing, you know. It's just that they were better. They didn't have to excavate everything to be better, you know. Colombia really needs to cap, man. They are not winning if they don't cap. It's a 75 difference of casualties. I'm pretty sure they didn't make it to 70 difference casualties when they posted. I'm pretty sure about that. And the game has just come to an end. and I didn't realize about it. Alright, that's the end. We will see the casualties and everything later. Thank you for watching. That was the end of the video. And I'm gonna have to look into the casualties because this was a 3-3 and 3-3. Alright guys, I'm out. See ya. We will decide later.